There are many prisons around the world that are known for their high levels of danger and violence. These facilities often house some of the most notorious and dangerous criminals, who may be involved in organized crime, gang activity, or other forms of violent behavior. These prisons can be difficult and dangerous places to work, and they often require special security measures to keep both staff and inmates safe. Here are the most dangerous prisons in the world. Gitarama Central Prison, Rwanda. Overcrowding is a common denominator with most prisons, but there is no prison that has it as bad as Gitarama's Central Prison in Rwanda. In a facility originally designed to hold just over 1,300 inmates, 8,000 prisoners have been forced to share the space. In most cases, finding a spot to lie down on the ground is a luxury, and many inmates are forced to stand up all day, or negotiate with those who have claimed portions of the ground. And it's not like the ground in dispute is some piece of fine real estate. It is damp, and more often than not filled with raw feces. Unsurprisingly, this has led to more, what's the worst again, let's say complex, issues. Many prisoners have outright died from disease and suffocation, and if you were to mistakenly injure your foot, gangrene would set in, and you would either have to cut it yourself, risk death, or watch it falls from your body. But it gets worse than that. There have been several cases of inmates feasting on each other out of hunger, and cannibalism could even be worse than I just stated, because there is little to no documentation on the activities that happen behind these prison bars, and prison guards have been brainwashed to believe that the prisoners in their charge are subhuman. Last year, 2,000 people died in Rwandan prisons. An overwhelming majority of those deaths happened within the walls of Gitarama's Central Prison. Pitak Island Prison, Russia. It is called the Alcatraz of Russia for a reason, and that reason would put the fear of Mother Russia into the heart of the devil. Fire Island, the island of the damned, sitting in isolation on the vast Nosovero Lake. This tiny island prison houses 193 prisoners, all in life sentences. Unsurprisingly, the inmates are usually the worst of the worst. They're looking for anything that could be used as a weapon or as a means of escape, and each of them is kept in a small two-man cell for 23 hours every day. Escape is impossible, because inmates are not even allowed out of their cell for any reason, and the 1 hour they are allowed out of lockdown is spent standing in a cage that they can barely pace in. However, the cherry on this terrible reality, what makes this prison worse than Black Dolphin, is the lack of basic sanitation facilities. There are no proper toilets, and no proper bathrooms. Inmates do their business in a steel bucket, and they find sleep on thin beds. Some have likened the living conditions of Pitak Island Prison to that of a zoo in winter. That is because the island is surrounded by freezing waters that contribute to the breaking the spirit of their inmates. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel to be notified once I'm uploading a new video.